Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the 24th, 25th, 26th of May. So I don't do the 3-day ones very often, but I'm not sure what, I'm going to a sort of like a blues festival, so I'm not really sure what reception will be like, and I did that when I went away and the reception was terrible. So we're sort of in the middle of nowhere with this one too. So we're going to do a 3-day one. I hope to get back on Sunday in time to do the weeklies, but we'll see how that goes as well. Okie dokie. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. You know, you guys, how much I appreciate you all and your comments and all the beautiful things you say and do. The cards are very lively this morning. Ooh, there's something secretive coming out about love here. Someone's got a secret they haven't told you yet. Very nice. I'm going to use the Pagan Tarot for this reading. Okay, so we do have the Hanged Man coming out here. So the Hanged Man is the card that talks about looking at things differently or looking at them from other people's perspectives or from another point of view. Sometimes when something happens or we're put in a position where we have to rethink our own values, circumstances, but taking time out, and it's also about enlightenment. So it's learning from that process, like really understanding why you've gone through that process and what you need to learn. Behind this card, we have the Tower. So something very big is here. A big change in the Tower, because the Tower talks about breaking down old structures to rebuild. So this can be a, you know, sort of like a very strong epiphany moment that puts you into this Hanged Man state. It could be that this Hanged Man state brings in your own Tower by thinking something through. Actually helps you to understand yourself a lot more. But the Tower can be quite destructive in that it can change a whole lot of thinking or how you're doing things. Sometimes it happens in the physical realm, but in my experience it's mostly internally, but definitely a huge change coming in here. But look at this, it's bringing in a beautiful stability. So it's sort of changing you, but in a really, really good way here. You could be dealing with an offer from a Knight of Cups or someone who displays an expression of love or offers you an expression of love. Can be a water sign, but this is more about this offer of love coming in. Something is going to help you get stable through this offer. It might not necessarily be the offer itself, but it's something to do with that puts you in this sort of like state where you need to really look at what it is you want going forward, because it's changing your views about everything. I think with that flip at the beginning with the Ace of Cups and the Moon, that you don't know this person is in love with you. Okay, now we have the Strength card coming out. So the Strength card always talks about being sort of in the right place for yourself. This is about blending your life, yourself into one. So it's about bringing your darker and lighter side together, or your logical and your spiritual side together. But it's a learning to work in one piece. If you have grown up with like a codependent energy or an energy of, I don't want to say wearing a mask, because sometimes that sounds really sort of, I don't know, really strange for some people. But if you've been brought up living in your ego and you've worked to get your ego back in line with your higher self, then often the Strength card will come out to say, you know, you are really strong now because you've recognized your limitations. Some people refer to as your weaknesses, but it's more about recognizing those parts of you that need to be blended with the other parts. So sometimes when I hear people talking about the dark side, I think there is no need to get rid of your dark side. It's about just working with that and keeping it sort of under control. So if you recognize you have, you know, something you do that isn't best for you. For example, if you're used to acting from emotion rather than from, you know, stopping for a moment, taking a deep breath and working from a much more logical standpoint, then you are blending that with that side of yourself to understand why you do what you do. But you're coming in with the Strength card, yeah. And you're taking on the beautiful energy of the Queen of Pentacles here. So you're being very grounded. You're understanding how to become connected to the earth, how you are one and only a part of the energy that makes up the world. So you're understanding your connection to the earth. You're understanding your connection to all things. You may be really appreciating, you may have sort of taken on that energy of, you know, really connecting with nature. Now, for some of you here, because it's a general read and it does flip-flop, it could be that you are an earth sign. It could be you're dealing with an earth sign. But whatever it is, this person here is offering something, but it's an offer of something stable, long-lasting, and it's very grounded because they've thought it out thoroughly. And it's a brand new passionate start with this Ace of Wands. So it's something they want to start with you anew, but they feel very passionate towards you. So they're driven to do this. Yeah, they're really feeling the energy here that they need to get this done. Oh, wow. And it comes with a truth or an apology. So for some of you, this is a truth. For others of you, this is someone you've known before that's actually apologising. But it's a brand new start, 2 aces. Brand new start here. But it's not only passionate, it's truthful. So the other person that you're dealing with is now standing in their truth and they're grounded and they've done their work here as well. So both of you sort of are at a point where you can meet up now because you see eye to eye. Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands coming in here. So now you're just waiting for your ships to come in here. You're waiting for something to happen, but we'll see what's going on there. 6 of Pentacles coming in here. So this is something that both of you feel very strongly. I feel that this is something you want to invest in yourself, because we have this sort of feeling that perhaps one of you wasn't investing if it was a previous relationship, or maybe it's moving to the next level where now both of you want to work towards a common goal. The Hermit card is coming out here. So for some of you, this is taking time out to understand where this offer is coming from. Is it a true and real offer? That type of thing. Okay, the 7 of Pentacles. Now, I knew this was coming out before. This is about being patient, giving each other time to look at this offer to see whether it's something. Somebody is not walking away, but somebody is maybe overwhelmed by this offer. They're not really sure if they want to proceed with it. It's put them in a state of confusion. So when those first 2 cards came out with the Moon and the Ace of Cups, it was very much a feeling that somebody doesn't really know that someone's in love with them, or someone doesn't expect this offer, because it's putting them in this sort of like state where they're trying to work out if they want to move forward with this offer or not. Okay, so we do have the Magician coming out here. So for some of you, you have manifested this. It is something you wanted. Now, whether you've manifested a person back or whether you've manifested love into your life, either way, you've put the call out here to the universe, but you've worked on yourself to get to this sort of energy here. Oops. Okay, so the card we have out at the end here is the 9 of Wands. Okay. Alrighty, I can see what's happening here. Okay, so you have the Hanged Man, the Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups coming in here. And there is the Death card behind that. So there is a transition or a transformation coming from this. Someone here has been either working on themselves or developing this sense of self, coming to an understanding that there is more to life than what they've perhaps been experiencing. They've had a transformation here, and they're seeing their way clear now. So there's a realization that they're in love with you, or a realization that they've been in love with you and perhaps walked away, or have recognized at the time it wasn't the right timing, but they're ready to come back and work on something now. I feel like with the cards here, the other person has been trying to manifest this person in. They've been trying to manifest in love. They've been trying to manifest perhaps a person back from the past, or someone they have in their life that they want to take to the next level. So you could already know this person, but you didn't know they were in love with you, basically. The thing is, the universe is sort of talking of boundaries here, and I feel like this Nine of Wands, you may have sort of been through experiences before and may not. I don't know that it's that you don't trust the offer or that the offer is not exactly what you wanted. But there is this definite feeling here that you are turning inward to really understand if this is the way you want to move forward. There's a definite feel here that you are trying to understand what it is you want. And it can be around being wounded before, but it's also about like maintaining your boundaries. Is this what you want? Does it fit you? Is it, going to give you what you want to do? So it's like you're not looking at this anymore from an emotional perspective. And I think this is why the Tower's here. Normally, maybe you would have rushed into this and accepted this person, accepted this offer. But it's like you're looking at this very differently now. So you're trying to understand from a logical perspective without using your emotion. Is it really what you want? Is this something that's going to offer you that long-term security? Is this the person you want to be with? Because there's like this feeling here that you are contemplating whether this is the right move for you. And I feel like you're going to take time out here to really understand, is this the right relationship for you? Is this the right situation for you before you move forward? So you're not grabbing at it emotionally. So, maybe that's how you've managed things before. Maybe for you, this is the other way around. Maybe you've always been logical, but this time you're jumping in and having a bit of fun with it. The card that's come out is Work Your Magic. I want to read that because I think that's a really interesting card and I haven't seen it very often. So let's have a little read. Okay, so it says you have the power to resolve the situation you're inquiring about. This card signifies your untapped magical abilities, and you do have the Magician here as well, which you've used successfully in the past. Pull these abilities out of storage and use them to work your magic now. Your clear and focused intentions, positive expectations, prayers, decrees, and action steps all create the healings and manifestations you desire. So this is about clarity, having immediate results, and having faith in a positive outcome. And I feel this is with this Ace of Swords here, that it is talking about having clarity. It is talking about being able to focus, finally tune your skills before you make an you accept something that perhaps you're not really sure that you're ready for. But it's okay to stop and go, you know what, I'm not really sure I am ready for this at the moment, but I'd like to take time out to really understand why. So lovely reading, folks. Have a great weekend.